It's happy Monday morning, everybody. What a beautiful Monday morning it is. I am your gracious host for this morning's events, Mr. Polo J. And I would like to give a real quick shout out to Mr. Big Fish, Mr. Earl Spence. If you guys didn't know, he got his ass beat. Yes, throw in the damn towel was all that anybody could say over the weekend. Throw in the damn towel, throw in the damn towel. Because, okay, first and foremost, with all jokes aside, thank you to Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford for entertaining us over the weekend with a fight that's been, you know, longed for the past 5 to 10 years. We as boxing fans have been clamoring for this fight. We've been asking for this fight. We've damn near been begging for this fight. We have, and to finally have it come to fruition, it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing for the world of boxing. It's an amazing thing for the sport of boxing. It's an amazing thing for the casuals and the aficionados alike. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart because through whatever we're dealing with, a lot of times that we fall back onto sports to, take our minds off of the current situations that we deal with. And I know over the weekend I was dealing with something heavy, man. And just to be able to entertain myself, to take my mind off what was going on, to watch those two gladiators get into the squared circle, the on the apron and give their all. I genuinely want to say thank you. I genuinely want to say thank you, man. And also, yes, Mr. and Steel. I want to toot my own goddamn horn. Now I want to, because now I got to. Because all last week I got, and not only last week, but for the past several weeks, probably a couple of months, I've been told I'm wrong. My picks are wrong, but I have about an 85% success rate when it comes to picking these damn fights, which is a lot more than a lot of other people. Slick is right there with me. He's slightly above me. He's about 87 to 89%, almost 90% success rate when it comes to picking a fight. But all that means to me, we know what the fuck we talking about over here. A lot of people don't know what the hell they talking about. Like, for one, we're going to start early in the week. We're going to start early in the week. There was a bunch of people, and I mean a bunch of people, even some people that I hold near and dear to my heart, bruh. People that I love dearly said that I was wrong and Cool Boy Steph was going to beat the shit out of Inoue. And I said to myself, damn, is it because I haven't been around enough? I've been preoccupied that people don't trust my boxing knowledge no more? Damn, Polo, what's going on? What's good? What's the problem? Because I keep saying, Cool Boy Steph is not that dude. Cool Boy Steph is not that dude. He's really not. So I pick Inoue. Everybody's like, no, you wrong. You need to pick Cool Boy Steph. Well, not necessarily saying that I need to pick him, but just saying that Cool Boy Steph gonna beat his ass. He gonna show him what America can do, and yada 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 yada. I mean, I picked right. I picked Cool Boy Steph to lose, and he did. He got his ass beat from pillar to post. And I tried to tell people, and Slick tried to tell people also that was a precursor to what was going to happen on Saturday. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! So from Tuesday all the way to Friday, it was these wonderful stories about the big fish. He's gonna swallow up. He's gonna be smoking on that bud pack. We're gonna be smoking on that bud pack. Bud ain't shit. Bud too little. Bud this. Bud that. Bud this. Bud that. But but what they didn't take into account is a boxer always beats a puncher. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Routing for someone and picking them to win is two different things. That is true. That is true. You can root for somebody because I'm an American. I always want American fighters to beat foreign fighters because I am an American. But with that biasness out of the way, I have to look at the sport. I have to look at these guys, what they bring to the ring, what separates them from each other. And if there's more I don't like about you than more I do like about you, you're gonna lose. You're going to lose. Like Saturday, Earl is very predictable. Very predictable. Very predictable. Earl Spence needs an opponent that's going to sit there in front of him and swab with him like a Sean Porter. But even then, that can kind of backfire on him sometimes. It can. But what you've seen was it was a virtuoso performance. Virtuoso. It was it was it was what is Jeter in game 5 of the World Series. Michael Jordan game 6. You've seen a virtuoso performance. You've seen Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl. Whitney Houston singing the national anthem. You just seen you just seen perfection. You witnessed greatness. You witnessed arguably the greatest boxer of all time. That's what you witnessed. Excuse me for a second. You witnessed arguably the greatest boxer of all time do something that you can say that has never been done. Undisputed in 2 weight classes. Undisputed. That's a bona fide Hall of Famer. That's bona fide greatness. Bona fide. If if you do not have any respect for Terrence Crawford after this performance, I cannot help you. I cannot help you. And you know Polo's here to help you. That's all I'm here for. I'm here to help you. I'm here to educate you. I'm here to get you over the hump. I'm here to give you the cheat sheet to success in this boxing game. And a lot of times people just don't listen. They don't listen to me. Neither do they listen to Slick. Slick has been saying for years. It was like Bud fault. Spends 10,000. Or no, bruh. Okay, 913. I can tell you exactly what it is. Give me just a second. Let me copy this. Let me copy this real quick. What it is the fact that Earl Spence's style of fighting is very, very predictable. It's very predictable. And I mean very predictable. If you pay close attention, the way that Earl fights, when he's setting up his jab, he doesn't just throw it. He has to take 2 or 3 steps in before he throws that jab. And then it's always going to be jab, jab, overhand, jab, jab, overhand, jab, jab, overhand. He's going to jab with either his right 2 times while stepping in and then throw the left overhand, or he's going to switch it up and do it like that. And that's very predictable. Very, very predictable. Because I was even counting it. I was counting it. I was counting the steps before he threw. I was counting all those steps. Give me just a second. Okay, give me 10 minutes. Okay, cool. But yeah, what do is a rematch even necessary? Is a rematch even necessary? I say that again. Is a rematch even necessary? Because what what can Derek James possibly do different to get him ready for another fight with this man? Because in my opinion, it if he's not aggressive, he has no chance. But if he's too passive, he almost has no chance either, because Earl has never been really known as a counter puncher. And what's saddened me the most is the fact that when it comes to a lot of these major fights, the thing that beats the odds on favorite is the fundamentals. Got beat by a jab. Earl Spence got beat by a jab. What is going on? What is going on? Like, I seriously need to know what is going on in the world of boxing to where fighters are getting beat by the jab. The most basic of punches. The first punch you actually learn how to throw is the jab. How is it that world-class athletes, world champions, are getting beat by the jab? I need to know this because a lot of y'all favorite fighters get beat by it. You get beat by the jab. When it when it comes to this shit, I can't look at the glitz and glamour. I can't look at the popularity that somebody has on social media. I can't look at the follow the culture, the cult like following that they get just from accolades that mean nothing. What are you doing in the ring? And then it puts into question the opponents that you face. And this is something that I've scrutinized with both of these fighters. I scrutinize this with both fighters a lot, and that's the people who they fought. When you look at resumes, which I hate to bring up, Earl Spence just has names, but Terrence doesn't have these same names because a lot of business is done in-house when it comes to Earl Spence. He's not fighting everybody. He's not fighting the best of the best of the best. If you look at Earl Spence's last couple of fights, they've been subpar at best. And then, true enough, somebody's going to say, well, what about the car accident? What about this? What about the detached retina? All this. No, 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 no. Those are all excuses. Those are excuses. And we have to stop making excuses for people just because we like them. We have to be able to scrutinize them based on what they show us. And for the past 4 fights, I have been thoroughly unimpressed with Earl Spence, contrary to what other people say and what other people see. I and people think that I hate him. I don't hate him. I don't hate Earl Spence. I do not hate Earl Spence. I'll repeat that again. I do not hate Earl Spence. I just can't stand a lot of his fans because a lot of his fans, well, damn, they are Cowboys fans, and it's the same. It's the same shit with them. But let me, not to digress. Earl Spence needs more in his bag than what he has. because just being able to overwhelm people with power is not going to work a lot of times. And I said this to my daughter while we were watching it, because my daughter likes to watch boxing with me occasionally. I told her there's this guy named Amir Khan. He would have lost to Earl Spence. I'm not even saying that he would beat him, but Amir Khan, if he was the one to stick with a Bomac game plan, he could beat Earl Spence. He could, because the thing that gives Earl Spence the most problems is fighters who are boxers, people who can stick behind a jab, who have accuracy and speed. That's all it was that beat Earl Spence was accuracy, speed, accuracy, speed, accuracy, speed. He had no answers for it. And I think that Earl Spence lost this fight in the first round. Once he threw that couple of flurries that he did, and Terrence countered him. He countered him with something stiff, and it backed him the fuck up. It happened, I want to say, with my recall is a little foggy on that, but it's probably about, I want to say, 30 seconds. With 30 seconds left in the first round, he countered him with something, and he felt it. And it was almost like he never felt that before. So if you notice, after the first round, when they went into the second round, Earl got hyper aggressive, trying to bully him, trying to rough him up. Terrence never got frustrated. Yes, he caught him. He caught Terrence with something. And Terrence was like, okay, he just computed it. He analyzed it. He analyzed what the game plan was at that period and point. And he just picked him apart. I've never, like, the closest thing that I can see to a lopsided fight like this, of this magnitude, would be Fury and Wilder. Fury and Wilder, it had to be along that line of a odds-on favorite being completely decimated the way that he was. Wow. And I never thought I would see it again. I thought that was a one-off. And there's plenty of people saying this wouldn't happen at 54. This wouldn't happen at 54. But here's the thing about when you go up and weight and everything, a lot of times your power can travel up. Power can. But one tell you what travels better when you go up is skill. Terrence even admitted to himself that, making 47 was kind of tough for him. But I think he was being gracious and being humble in that moment. I think if we got it at 154, I hate to say this, but I think the outcome will be generally the same. I think the outcome will be generally the same. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, Mr. And Steel?
And still, I have to defend my title. I have to.
Man, you made it. Nobody that fucks with, GMT, man, fuck this pick up, bro. Nobody fucked up the Inoue pick. And like I told you in the chat, bro, it's a difference between rooting for somebody. I want them to win. You feel me? Versus actually picking them. And it just goes to show, man, guys was rooting for Earl Spence and picking him, and that shit wasn't necessarily cool. Real.
It's not that it wasn't cool, because they went with what they know. They
didn't have success though. It didn't turn into success, nigga. You fucked that up. You picked it off.
See, we've been doing this for a few years now, and something that we've prided ourselves on when it comes to this boxing shit, going against the narrative. Because boxing has become so narrative driven to where the narrative wins the fight before the fighters even get into the ring.
Man,
you get what I'm saying? And that does these men a disservice.
Listen, bro, he came out in the second round trying to bully him. And the moment he locked up with Bud and Bud just pushed him off, I said, he's not stronger than Bud. I knew, okay, he gonna be going down real soon. What was your tell, bro? Where you just say, oh yeah, this shit's over.
Mm-hmm.
What was your
Yeah.
tell?
My tale was when like I said, about 30 seconds left in the first round, when he tried to get him into the corner against the ropes and started trying to throw haymakers in a flurry. And Terrence caught him with that counter and he backed the fuck up.
Yep.
I think then he knew this is not going to be the same type of fight that I've been having. So that's why when he came into the second round, soon as the second round started, he got hyper aggressive. He rushed in. And when you rush in, that shows desperation to me. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I said that was going to be the key to this fight. I don't know if anybody remembers, but on Friday, I said the key, no, or was it Saturday, early Saturday? I said the key for this fight was going to be whoever got desperate first.
Yep. Yep.
Desperation tells you what is going on in that corner and what's going on in that fighter's mind. Desperation makes cowards of us all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. Earl Spence got desperate. He started trying to throw the haymaker. He kept trying to throw that left hook, the left overhand. He kept trying. And Bud kept his mitts up. It
Yep.
wasn't getting through. Now, that's not saying that he didn't catch him with anything, because I'm not blind. He did catch Terrence with a few shots.
Yep.
But all Terrence did was step back, reassess, and go with a different game plan. And the different game
Oh yeah,
plan
take this
was,
jab with you on the way out. Take this jab with you on the way out.
yes, because like I was saying, Earl Spence is a very predictable fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Very predictable fighter. He only throws after the third step in. So if you time that step, if you catch him on the second step in with a solid straight or a solid jab, which Terrence Crawford was, you have him. It's
Yeah, you
all
do.
night. The first knockdown came from a left straight. A
And see,
left straight.
it depends on what lens you look at it. Like with me, you know, I look at a guy like Spence, and I've been saying this, so I'm not playing Monday quarterback. You know what I mean, bro? But I've been
Mm-hmm.
saying this. Spence is basic as hell. But then somebody else will look at him and be like, "Man, that's fundamentals," but it's still
No, no, no,
basic.
no, 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 no. Look, okay, for me, there's different levels of fundamentals. There's different levels. There's levels to it, like we know in everything.
Yep.
Cause like let's take another one of my favorite sports, basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kobe was good at the fundamentals. Very good. Nobody can take that away from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to tell you who was better at the fundamentals?
Who's
Tim
that?
Duncan.
Oh
Tim
yeah,
Duncan.
yeah. And that's
There's
what they tried
levels
to
to
build him as, the Tim Duncan of boxing.
yeah. You get where I'm going now. There's
Yeah.
levels to it. There's levels to it. There's
Yep.
constantly levels to it. And what got me the most was when I turned up the volume when the between rounds, because I don't like to listen to the sound during the fight because I like to assess with my eyes and not with my ears. When I heard Bomac said, okay, you've established this jab, we have him, he's open for the hook. He's open for the hook. He's anticipating the jab, throw the hook, throw the hook. When I heard that, I was like, this fight is going to be over in 7 or 8 rounds.
Mm.
And you seen the next knockdown was a hook. The third
Yep.
knockdown was an uppercut. It was a counter uppercut at that.
Yeah, and you knew he was
Desperation.
supposed to throw an uppercut off the ropes, and Bud got away with it. At that point, he was just playing with him.
I'm going to tell you, can I say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I want to tell you who I think was having the best time at that fight?
Who, Bo?
Bo and Floyd.
Awesome, I told you so. Shit.
Yes, because didn't it almost look Floyd-esque what Terrence was doing?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
almost looked Floyd-esque.
yeah.
Everything that you can see that Terrence did, I could picture that little bald-headed man doing that.
Yep.
And doing it the same way, flawlessly. You can't. hit what you can't reach.
Yep.
You can't. And if you overshoot, if you and he yes, Slick, he carried him. He carried him in the seventh round. And if you notice, I don't know if anybody else spotted this. I spotted this. I don't know if anybody else did. There was a period and point when Terrence hit him and grabbed him before he went down and pulled him up.
That was like round 6, 7.
He caught him with the left cross and reached out with his right and pulled him back up. Like
I swear to God, man, I was telling Slick, man, during the fight, I was like, it kind of reminds you of the older guy, the pro sparring the amateur in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and he hit him with some shit, like, all right, I got you, boom. Now circle around, man, so you don't get hit with that no more, little fella,
It was almost a training lesson.
Yeah.
It was almost a spar. It was a overpaid sparring lesson.
I don't want to see a second fight, bro. But it's gonna be a second fight because this series of fight is Spence's cash out. He's been done with boxing years ago, bro. So this is his cash out.
Are you sure? Because like I said earlier, power can travel up to 154. Power can travel. Well, I'm not going to act like it can't. But one tell you what travels better when you go up is skill. Look at Manny Pacquiao. Mm-hmm. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Yes, the power kind of waned, but the skill and the quickness never left. It never left. So at 154, I'm not going to say that it'll be a stoppage, but it will be a unanimous fucking decision.
I think Spence is damaged, bro. I think it'll be another stoppage. It might even be quicker. Unless he changes something about his camp. Ironically, I know a lot of the alphabet boys is gonna be pissed off at me. But you know who Spence needs to hire? He need to get rid of Derrick James. And you know who would be a perfect coach for him? Don't laugh, bro. Mark Breland. If he got in too much trouble, Mark would be like, man, fuck that, I'm calling it. And he would develop a back foot game.
I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to disrespect. I don't think it's disrespectful that you said that towards Derrick James. I'm not going to say that Derrick James was the issue. I think that early onset training was the issue for Earl Spence. His early Earl Spence, because we all know when you're a fighter with power, nobody ever really makes you develop anything else because that's your bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened to him. It's a problem that I hate to say it like this, a lot of our fighters, a lot of black fighters have.
Mm-hmm.
Once a lot of trainers see that you have something that you're good at, they only focus on that instead of making that a secondhand thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because the power will always be there. Power will always be there. Early.
You remember Leonard Hearns won?
Yeah.
And this is to your point too. Hearns was working with Leonard. And then Leonard hurt him. And the fight was able to last a little bit longer because we found out that Hearns got a back foot game.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to Spence, he didn't have a back foot game. So it ended up being more of a massacre.
Yeah, God-given talent versus learned talent.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real debate here. That's the real debate. God-given talent versus learned talent. You can learn everything that you need to learn. You can be fundamentally sound and all this different type of stuff. But if something is God-given, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It's like Samson versus the Philistines.
Yeah, you kind of got to persuade him out of abandoning his God-given gifts and try something different. Like another thing is like, and I'm just drawing a lot of comparisons to a lot of fights, bro. Like, look at a guy like James Toney. He's God-given talent, good counter-puncher. But look at like when he fought like a Montel Griffin versus when he fought Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield was a wash, man, because Evander Holyfield was trying to knock his head off. You know
And that's almost what you've seen in this fight.
exactly. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
exactly almost what you've seen. It was scared.
and maybe if
It was,
Spence wasn't trying to knock his head off, he he would have had a better showing because I just don't think he could take none of his power. I'm not even sure if he can take anybody else's punches.
I want to tell you what would be an interesting fight now. Spence versus Charlo.
Charlo about to be damaged too, bro.
See,
Hey man,
and
I'm rooting for Charlo, but he not fucking with no Canelo.
I want to tell you what was damning about that. Canelo said that I picked Terrence long ago over Spence because Terrence has something that Earl does not. And this is coming from who can be arguably the greatest fighter right now.
Mm-hmm.
That means something. Even a lot of the older fighters were picking Terrence Crawford over Earl Spence.
Tarver was very vocal about it. James Toney was very, very vocal about it. Roy Jones was vocal about it. Did you see that Roy Jones aftermath interview, bro?
No.
Roy was like, man, everybody thinks that I hate Spence, but I've seen Bud grow up right before me when he started fighting on HBO or whatever. So I've seen the changes and shit he did. I've only seen Spence do it one way or whatever. And he was like, man, I almost feel sorry for him the way he took that beating. I'm like, damn, Roy.
See, okay, you can feel bad for him, but it's necessary. It's
Mm-hmm.
necessary for growth. If he wants to continue boxing, he needs to learn from this. But at the same time, we all know as boxing fans, a lot of times when you get your first knockdown, you don't get up the same.
Mm-hmm.
And this man got knocked down 3 times.
Yep. This is the first puncher he ever fought, bro. This Algieri is not a puncher, bro. Porter was not a puncher. As much as everybody want to think so, Denny Garcia is not a puncher, bro.
Mikey is.
Mikey, but Mikey was a lightweight puncher. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a calculated risk.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Peterson was not a puncher.
Mm-mm.
He has not had a puncher. Meanwhile, Bud was fighting an Olympian Mean Machine and got set on his ass. He was fighting Gamboa at lightweight when they was calling him Baby Tyson and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's moved against punchers. He's moved against like boxers like a Hank Lundy. You know what I mean? He's
Mm.
seen it all.
Like I almost wish I would have got to see a Terrence Crawford versus a good Amir Khan.
Yeah, yeah,
That would have been amazing, wouldn't
yeah.
it?
But
I
see,
mean,
that fight wasn't nothing but I like to compare that to you leave the club, it ain't nothing else in sight. Come on, bitch, we gotta go. you know,
mm-hmm.
because they
I,
was
I
talking
I
about that
agree.
side of the street shit.
Yes, it was. It's too many incidences that prove that this man was avoiding him now
Yeah.
instead of trying to make a mega fight. It's almost as if, shall I say, ducking was his best bet.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want
Yep.
to be. But he has so many fans, nobody would have considered him a duck. But bro,
Hey,
I've been
bro, this is
saying
another point I want to make too, man. And I was telling Slick about this, bro. Look,
it. Hmm.
this new age boxer shit is so pussy to me. Like, let me give you an example. Remember when Tank was fighting Ryan? And I heard
Yes,
Spence say this shit, the same shit. Uh, I didn't ask to fight him. He asked to fight me. That is so pussy, bro. Nigga, you got 3 titles. Yes, I'm gonna call your dumb ass out.
and it throws a competition that is kind of weak to say something like that because, of course, you're gonna have something that everybody else wants. Everybody's gonna be trying to gun for you. It should be taken as a badge of honor instead of a badge of disrespect.
Yeah, I didn't ask to fight him. He asked to fight me. What kind of weird shit is that? Like we talking shit about how we can hoop, and you be like, nigga, fuck you, then nigga. Shit, I got my ball right now. Let's go to the court. Man, I ain't asked to
Um,
play you, bro. You asked to play me. You know what
See,
I'm That's weak.
that's weird. That's weird to me. But it's
Yeah.
okay. But it's okay because I can say this unequivocally. I said before the fight that for boxing to thrive going into another century, because that's what it's going into. It's going into another century because those of us who know boxing originally was sanctioned and everything like that in 1823. It's at the 200-year mark.
Yeah.
For it to go into another century, Earl Spence needed to lose.
Yeah.
He needed to lose because I'm tired of these narratives and I'm tired of belts being held hostage.
Good point, bro. You even said that shit in the chat. You was like, man, in order for boxing to move forward, bro, gonna have to lose, man.
I've been saying this for a while because I know Terrence will defend. Earl Spence has to ask to defend.
Yep.
Those are two totally different situations. Now, will Boots get a chance? I don't know. I'm not a futures. I'm not. I'm not. I can't read the tea leaves for that. Would I be nice to see a Terrence Crawford versus a Boots Ennis? Yes, it would. Yes, it
Hmm.
would. It would be very entertaining. And I think that if that was to happen, I think Boots would get over anxious because one thing I know about Bud, he's a very patient man,
Hmm.
very patient, and his patience can outweigh your aggression every time.
Yep.
So, so Boots will probably get in there. Terrence won't throw nothing but like little check jabs to see check his distance and everything like that. And Boots will get bored and think that he has to make a move because he thinks that he has him at a disadvantage,
Hmm.
and he's going to get countered with something, and he's not going to like it. He's not going to like the shit at all.
And for Terrence, it only takes one deep breath where you hear that, and you've been in the ring before that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Now I'm about to step
Hola,
it up.
Chico.
What's
Hola.
good, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's up with you, brother?
Nothing, sneaking in on the convo while getting these snaps. What's going on, man? I hear
Same
y'all
shit
tell
every
y'all
day,
on,
bro.
y'all on the platform speaking greatness, I see.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Exactly.
sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I just want to get on here, you know what I'm saying, just for a quick second, man. But my whole thing was just to put my little 2 cents in real quick before I gotta go. It was just a tale of tales of I got your number. And Earl number was number 3. Reason I say that is this. His first, he got 3 sides to him. It's the jab, it's the inside game, and then it's the ropes. Bud showed him early on that you ain't getting none of that off. He tried to give him a courtesy call in the second round when he showed him you're not stronger than me. That's when the game plan for Earl should have changed. Like ain't nothing I'm about to do gonna work because everything that he does requires strength.
Hmm.
He throws a jab, double jab, find his way inside. Couldn't do that. He tried that 3, 4 times. Couldn't get inside. It got to the point where Bud was like, "All right, you gonna keep doing? I'm about to show you what happened when you duck down low. Take a step back, give him a straight or uppercut." He tried to get him on the rope. At that moment, Bud turned him. Y'all remember that? Harvey Dock separated him. That was the first. That was actually the first turn to show you I'm stronger than you. The second time, Earl did his double jab, ducked and actually had some success trying to get him inside, and Bud pushed him off. That was the second time he warning you that you're not strong, me little dude. Then he goes up to after the fact. Then after that, he tries to get him on the ropes and do his bullet thing. Bud takes a slingshot off them ropes. What'd he give him? The business.
Yep.
Once that happened, Derrick James didn't have a game plan. What did Derrick James tell him? You got to get inside. You got to get in. He didn't have nothing for him.
Didn't have shit for him.
He didn't have
But
nothing
is,
for him.
but is that an instance of not having nothing for him or knowing his fighter?
Well, the thing is, you listen to the press conference, say it's more than just a fight. You listen to what come out of people's minds. They'll tell you what they're really saying between the lines. He kept
Mm-hmm.
on saying, man, kept on saying, I'm gonna show him that the fundamentals. He say I don't got no skills. This is the third. He prided himself on that. Even when he was asked about Derrick James, I like Derrick James. This and that. He teach you the fundamentals. He teach you this. The third time he brought it up, it was Jonan on Bomac. Remember? oh, how you gonna fight? This, that, and the third. He big, this and that, and then. My fight teach me fundamentals. He just teach you this and flash and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? The key was you don't know how to adjust. You don't know when to adjust. He exposed himself. Dude didn't want to look. Earl wasn't throwing no feints. He wasn't moving. He showed that, like I said, straight backwards and forwards. That's what he's used to fighting. That's why he kept doing the same repetitive motion. The only difference is why people say he don't look the same is because he didn't have a flat-footed fighter in front of him.
Mhm.
See, that's
Essentially
the
on some
key
big
word. That's
WWE shit though. Like Terrence just kicked out of the leg.
Right.
You
kicked
know,
out the
Like
Hogan
leg
dropped a
drop.
big leg and he kicked out. Now
now,
what?
I got a question for y'all before I have to dip. How y'all feel about everybody now still trying to push the goalposts on Bud?
It's
It's
to be
weak.
Now,
expected
you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about putting this dude up there with Mayweather and all of them, this and the third, talking about, oh yeah, I can't say he better than Mayweather or even these couple Ali or these guys, even though he double undisputed XYZ, he still really ain't fought nobody. How the fuck you gonna start saying shit like that when this supposed to be y'all savior of boxing?
because of pride.
Mhm.
You
That's what
know,
it is. That's what
I,
it,
I heard
it
somebody
boils
say the
down to
most.
pride.
Yeah, I heard that somebody said the most redundant shit. They said Earl got the belts, right? Fighting each champion. Bud got the belts, fighting one fail and fighting one fight, and he got all of them, right? Okay, if this guy was so supposed to be that dominant where he beat the champions, then you telling me Bud shouldn't have been able to beat him then?
Bingo. Bingo.
Like, and they start. And I'm not talking about just regular YouTube channels or people just regular, folks talking about the ass. I'm talking this analysts like pushing the goalpost.
Because well,
Like,
you
why
you
not
know
give this
what it
man his
is.
respect?
You know what it is, bro. You know allegedly there's a lot of people that's in a lot of pockets.
Yeah, fact.
On paper bags, boy.
There's the brown paper bag or the little white envelope that's in the chair. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't talking
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
about tithes and offering.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of that going on. That's why I say that said in the beginning of this, me and you, we pride ourselves in destroying narratives,
Right, right.
destroying them, destroying the
'Cause,
narrative and telling people why their favorite fighter ain't shit. Like
like,
straight up.
my thing, it's not necessary for me to tell you that your favorite fighter and shit, because you're gonna be a fan of whoever at the end of the day, right? But here's my thing: don't ever think that he's indestructible like Superman. If Bud, everybody knows Bud is my favorite fighter. Yes, he is. But at the end of the day, if he would have lost, I wouldn't be talking about, well, he was this. I would make no excuses for him because the
No.
minute he stepped in that ring, all excuses went out the door.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I would have just been like, shit, guess what? Earl had his number, and that was the guy to beat him. That's all I would have said. I'd have let everybody get off their issue. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make no excuses or, oh, this weight drain. Oh, no. He stepped in that ring. Now, I will say this, though. I do think weight drain played a little bit of a part in this, but and this is just I'm using that segue to get what 913 said. Y'all was just talking about going up in weight and power carrying and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing with that. We're looking at a guy in Bud. If you ever seen Bud in person, Bud walk around like 156, 160, right? So to
Mm-hmm.
make 154 is really nothing. He's gonna be very comfortable with that. Whereas the Earl Spence walks around like an easy 170. So either like I get it, it's closer for Earl to reach at 154, but it's still a drag. You see what I'm saying? I don't
So
think we're gonna see anything different from this first fight to the next.
so you're in agreement with me that not much is going to change except for instead of a stoppage, it'll be a unanimous decision.
I don't know. He might get knocked out again. So here's the thing: can you teach that dog? Oh, just because you go up in weight don't mean he gonna learn new tricks overnight.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
true. But also when you go up in weight, durability plays a better part in it.
Did he look durable to you at 147 fighting
No,
Bud?
but durability can see, but the thing is, durability and comfortability or go hand in hand.
That's the
If
thing. If you walk around at 170 and you gotta wait more, you gotta make 154. See, the reason I'm saying is I think it's a lifestyle thing. Bud lives. That's his lifestyle. He stays in range. You get what I'm saying? Bud
mm-hmm,
don't blow up. Earl lifestyle is I'm getting paid, I'm finna go eat, and he blow up in between fights. You know what I'm saying? Like
So it's
Mayweather
a
know that.
discipline
Mayweather
issue.
put on weight easy, but Mayweather go jog every day. Mayweather keep himself in range, keep himself fit. That way, it don't feel like a diet. It don't feel like I gotta make weight. It's just a lifestyle. You get what I'm saying?
Bernard Hopkins too.
Born on too, right? You feel what I'm saying? So if he has to for Earl to get better and be as durable as you say, he has to change his entire lifestyle. Like now, what we were saying, it's his lifestyle. Not I'm not talking about drinking. I'm talking about dieting and all that stuff. That just got to become part of life. You get what I'm saying? For him, if
So
he want to have
discipline.
longevity in the sport, because
So
when you do
discipline
that,
is what beat him.
right? Because doing that makes his body soft, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
You can't do that. You got to be with the shit or not. You can't be hit no half stepping, and that comes with part of knowing yourself. You know what I mean?
Ain't no
That's
such
why,
thing as halfway crooks.
right? That's why I said dedication and hard work beats talent any day, bro. You could be God given talent, best puncher, whatever the case, but if you ain't disciplined with it, bro, you gonna have a hard night when you meet somebody like Bud.
And you
See,
know
but the
what,
thing is,
y'all?
but the difference is Terrence has both. He has God given
10,
talent
11, 20.
and he has discipline.
You
That's a
know
And
what
that's
though?
dangerous
that.
combination.
Yeah,
You know what though? I'm a say this first and foremost too, bro. Like in a way, I picked Bud by knockout ninth round. Picked it.
right, right.
You know what I mean? But I got this shit wrong. I didn't think it was gonna be a fucking massacre.
Yeah, this
I
shit was
didn't
a
think
shutout,
you,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? I
And you,
thought
hey, hey,
I thought it was gonna
hey,
be way more competitive. I thought, Spence was gonna come out and do a few things and hee ha ha and okay, pussy, you got me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know from round two ding all the way to nine that it was gonna be a complete slaughter. I didn't know them three knockdowns was gonna happen. You know what I mean? I just thought that Bub
right.
was gonna catch him and pop, beep, pop, pop. I thought he was gonna start coming on about like 4 or 5 and just get him out of there by 9. I didn't
Right.
know.
Now, did you
I
make
had
that
said,
assumption based off of what you've seen before or because of what you know? Because
Well,
I've always said this fight would be a
I read
wash.
the newspapers a little bit too much, bro. I thought that okay, yeah, he is a bigger man. He may be durable. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But Bud is strong enough, physically strong enough to get him off of him. But I know
mm-hmm.
that Bud has the ability to punch in between shots, and that's what we seen.
Yes, that's what we
Bruh.
say.
I didn't think that Spence's chin was gonna be that bad, or his
Yeah, well, that's
his resistance to punches was gonna be that bad.
right,
You
I'm
know what
not
I
going.
mean?
I'm
right.
not going to say that, but I always thought this fight would be one sided. I've been saying it for years. The fight's
Yes,
going to be
you
one
have.
sided. The fight's going to be one sided. Earl has
What I
nothing for Terrence.
what I said was I thought it was gonna be unanimous decision. Then 913 asked me if you had to pick a knockout, would it be? I thought it'd be the eighth round, but I felt like the durability and all of that though. Compared to all his other fights, I mean, he doesn't have a steel chin at all. It's been shown in his other fights. You get what I'm saying? It's just that you
Mhm.
caught a fighter that figured it out how to get to that chin, how to get to his face. Like I said, I've been saying it since the beginning we start talking about this fight. He's gonna go over the top. He's gonna negate that jab. See what I'm saying? And that was the key to the fight. He couldn't get to him. Kell Brook tried to tell him. It's like he's there, but he's not there. It's like you see him and you know I got him dead to rights, but you missed by a good inch. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? The man found Earl rhythm and he peeped me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went back and looked at this shit, bro. And I'm like, dog, this shit was too easy, bro. Like, what the hell? And I went back. You wanna know what he did though? How he got hurried up and got his rhythm in that second round? He showed me that Earl got a tick that I never recognized. He rocks,
Mm-hmm.
right? And every fighter rocks a little bit sometime, right? But when he
Mhm.
rocked, his back foot
Oh,
come off the
wow.
ground, and then his front foot come off the ground. So if you go back and look what Terrence was doing, he
One,
was
two, three,
rocking in
bro.
the same rhythm as he was. And when he looked like he was going to take that step and throw that jab, he threw it. Bow, he'll slip his. Bow. And it went like that the whole fight, bro. I
Yeah.
swear to God, if you go back and look at it, you like, damn. It's like he dancing with him, like, all right, all
And
right.
it's
But every time it was on his rhythm, but he turned everything that man did back against him.
Like
You know what I
shadow
mean?
boxing in the mirror, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
saying. Remember, I said that Slick. It's always on the third step. That's when Earl will throw.
Man, that shit was crazy, bro.
Mm, mm,
He
mm.
figured, and like I said, it's Earl's fault. And the reason I say it's Earl's fault, Earl should never came out trying to get his cookie back like that in the second round. He forced Earl. See, think about it. If Earl didn't come out there and came out poised and boxed a little bit, this and that third, Terrence wouldn't have jumped on him like that. It was the fact he came out trying to take Terrence's head off. He was like, really? And he turned it up from there because everybody said that he's so startable. And I was over there on Blood Box, like I told him. Y'all think he was so starter, but you see fights with dudes that came in there second round. What would he do? He swing back. He gonna turn up. You
Mm-hmm.
turn. He give you. He's like a fighter that's based off of you. You get what I'm saying?
The
And the
perfect
reason I'm
counterpunch.
saying right, but the reason I'm saying this is because you had a Sean. Sean gave him a tougher fight, but even Sean came here doing a one way thing, and he wasn't all like, "Oh, I gotta hurry up and get this nigga out of there." He was losing the fight. You get what I'm saying? If he would did something of the same, took his time to the third, I don't think Bud would have jumped on him as hard. He'd have jumped on him later on, but because he came in there trying to get his cookie back, Bull was trying to prove a point.
Hey
That
man,
made Bud say,
Who's
"Okay,
that
I'm
you
gonna
just
go and
got
throw it
online?
out." Oh, that's Murphy. Ain't that Murphy?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Murphy.
Murphy.
Murphy,
Oh yeah. I had
Murphy,
to show
Murphy.
up. I
Hey
had to
man, how
show
that
up.
crow taste?
What happened, Murphy?
I already wrote it. You already posted it.
It was some
You just
UFC shit.
stop
There
it,
you
bro.
go.
Stop it.
That crow
Hey,
tastes good, don't it?
It is what it is.
Sour
all right,
grapes.
I tried
good.
to warn you, brother.
I'm glad you did. See, at least Murphy ain't trying to make excuses, goddamn.
Oh no, I said what
Right?
I said. You can call it an
Man,
excuse if you want to.
now UFC. See, you should take that UFC comment and let people respect it. See, one thing about UFC, I wish boxing was like UFC, where if a person lose, you still love that fighter, no matter what. Ain't no
Mm-hmm.
hatred. Ain't no. Oh, he whacked because he done lost. Ain't none of that. That man should come back and be just as revered as he was before he fought Bud. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, to
Mm-hmm.
me, he
That's
is.
what I like. Right. That's what I like about UFC. These niggas be having fucking 11-10, and the crowd go crazy for these cats. I think it should be the same, man. I think it should be the same.
I I think it should too, but I've
I want to know
never
what
really
happened to the
been with
ref.
them. What do you mean? What happened to the ref?
No, Harvey Dock was perfect in that fight. What are you talking about? Harvey
Are we
Dock should have
watching the
stopped that
same
fight
fight?
sooner.
Oh
Harvey
my
Dock should have.
God. Oh my
Harvey Dock
gosh.
should have.
Don't do this, Murph. Don't do it,
Right.
bro.
Don't do it.
This
Harvey
is
Dock was a perfect
embarrassing.
ref.
Don't
He
embarrass
did not get
yourself,
in
man.
between. He didn't get in between.
First of
What should
all,
have
first of
happened was he
all,
should have
first of
stopped
all,
it earlier.
first of all, first of all, I ain't embarrassing myself. It's on film. Hell, they put
How?
clips
Okay.
on. All,
What?
name one hit that
What?
was
Harvey
legal.
Dock? What?
What the?
What?
You know
So
what,
so
ladies and
okay.
gentlemen, this was a nice, cool live, but I might have to shut this down because
This dude tripping. Now he told one person, bro. Let me tell you
That nigga
something.
said this
Hey,
meeting is
let me
adjourned.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Now I know you didn't watch it because who told who to quit hitting who in the nuts? Then
Why he
Earl
getting
hit.
hit
Then
in the
Earl
nuts?
Bud. Then Earl hit him in the nuts twice. And he said, "Man, you better keep it up." And he didn't even penalize. He told Harvey Dock. Harvey Dock would say, "Hey, Adrian, just keep that shit up, bro." And then on top of that, Earl was hooking him, pulling his head forward. So if you gonna talk
like he
about
like
illegal
to do.
shit, if you exactly, and I said that before this fight, I said he do sneaky shit. So if you gonna talk about some illegal shit, you better call it on both sides.
I did.
Now Harvey Dock to me stayed out of the way. He was doing it like the Super Bowl. Let these boys play. And
That
I was
yeah.
with that shit. I was with
Hits in
that
the back
shit.
of the head is play.
What? Come on, bro. That shit happens though. It wasn't on purpose punching nobody back.
Earl turned his
Not,
head.
hey,
Bruh,
hey, hey,
literally every time he got knocked down, it was from the back of the head. He just
stop
followed
Earl
it up with a
playing.
turned his
jab.
head.
Bro,
Stop
It
this is
was a
a
playing. This
hurt
one-two. It
dude
was
business.
tripping.
Nigga,
clean.
protect yourself at all times. Come on, man.
Bro,
You say you work with
Okay,
fighters,
protect.
bro.
Okay,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
time
You
out.
know the
Time
drill,
out. Time
bro.
out. It's protect yourself at all time. Then what's the ref for?
bro.
Oh
At
my
the end of
god.
the day, so
This
I want
nigga
I
right
want to
here.
know what hold on. I want to know what knockout happened back of the head because
I
I
ain't got
saw
y'all's
straight.
number. I ain't a part of the
I
club
saw
where
straight
I
left.
can send you. Look on
Nah,
any Instagram trip and sit down and watch that last play before he broke it up and ask me what hit landed
so that's the
and
that's
where
the
was
hit
it at.
so that's the hit that lost him the fight is what you telling me.
No, it was continued throughout the whole fight. I mean,
Oh
I
my
watched.
God.
Nigga, the
So
Unfortunately,
so
jab
I
that
had the
knocked him down was
opportunity to
straight up the
watch that
middle,
it was
fight
bro.
a jab, bro. So you
over
telling
and
me
It was
over
right
and
up the
you ain't
middle.
over.
seen
That
no
wasn't
The
behind the
first
head.
thing that
this
hits
dude
is in
tripping,
the
bro.
back of a head, back hook, followed by a
Oh, okay.
jab.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my God,
This
bro.
dude
No,
tripping, bro. This
it
dude
was
tripping.
it was a 2-1 that knocked him down the first time. You know what I'm saying? A straight left hand that kind of was a glancing blow, and he stepped up with a power jab from the southpaw stance and set him right on his ass. He went straight back because Bud went straight in. Nigga, you
Bro,
know that's the truth. The
ain't
second
no winning with
motherfucking
Murph, bro.
knockdown, hold on, wait. The second knockdown was him throwing a right hook right on the jaw that chinned him. Look at his face. If he was hitting him on back of the head, bro, his back of his head would have been swelling. That face was fucked off.
Bad.
Bad.
Like Martin. He looked like Martin.
So the back of his head wasn't fucked
Like
off. He didn't have
I
no
said what I
hemoglobin, nigga.
said.
He didn't have no
I said what
hemoglobin,
I
nigga.
said.
His
Y'all,
face was fucked
you
off.
know what is amazing to me? Y'all want to see what y'all want to see, and
Oh, stop it.
Oh wow.
it's amazing.
Stop it, bro.
Oh
So
wow,
he did
bro.
It's amazing.
so he didn't take his jab away. He didn't stop the
Oh no, he
inside
did all
fight.
that.
What?
He
He
didn't
did all
stop him
that.
on the
You want to know
rope.
how that
Like,
was
stop
accomplished?
playing, bro.
You
Stop
want to know how
playing,
that
bro.
accomplished?
What, how?
Lean on someone's neck and see what happens.
Oh my God, bro.
That's what I'm talking about with UFC shit.
Oh my God, bro. And you see Earl do that
And he
all the
didn't do it.
time, bro. You see Earl
Yeah, he
do the
didn't
stuff
do
that
it.
you talk about all the time to fighters, bro. You see Earl pull people head down and uppercut. That's how he beat Shine. He pulled Shine head down and hit him with a hook, bro. Nobody says nothing about that.
Wow.
Bro, stop playing, bro. Earl got some of the
Wow.
dirtiest tactics. He did it in there. He was holding his arm and
Wow.
hitting him and shit. Like, stop playing, bro. Stop playing. You trying to make it one side like Bud came in
No, I'm
intentions of
not.
all dirty tactics, but you acting like you didn't see what old boy did, bro. Stop
If
playing,
that's the
bro.
case,
Like,
why would if that's the case, I would have put, oh wow, yeah, it was Crawford doing UFC shit. Did I say that? I said it was a
nah,
UFC
man.
fight.
I didn't see as much as what you saying because I didn't see no knockdown
I mean, did
when
you
he's getting
rewatch the
punched in
fight?
the back of the head, bro. Yes, I did. I just said
I
it
watched the
before. You
fight
was
3
listening.
times.
I swear to
Oh,
God,
okay.
I did.
So y'all just
It's just
seeing what
that
y'all
man
want to see.
outclassed that man.
That's
He was
fine.
beating that dude to the punch, bro. He was beating
He
Earl to the
was.
punch.
He was.
But you finna say that, but you saying some slight shots that may have hit somebody back here is why this man lost? Hell no, he was just outclassed.
There is no help for Murphy. There's just no
I'm just
help for
saying. And I
this
like Earl. And like I said, this is my boy on here, 913, Polo my boy on here, and they have their own opinions of
And
Earl.
you're right.
And I
You're
still think
right.
and I still and
You're
I
right.
still
They
think
all
Earl's a
your
special
boys,
fighter.
and that's
I
fine. And
think
I still hold my
now
opinion.
see now you see right
I
there.
still hold
That's
my
where you mess
opinion.
up at. You not no, you may hold your opinion, but you're not listening. I said 913 has his own
Why
opinion of
would I? I've
Earl,
sit up here and I
and
listened this whole
you
round. I
feel
just now came
that
on.
that's not how you had good dialogue, my friend. Because 913 thinks Earl is basic. So does Polo. I'm the one that think Earl is still special. So you talking to me, and I'm calling shit down the middle. It's
No, I'm
levels to
talking
the
to the
shit, and
collective.
Bud is Bud. But what I'm
Oh,
saying is,
I mean,
Bud
I
I'm
could
talking to the
discredit your
collective.
argument as well.
but Bud, nah, bro. But
Like the
Bud
man
just a
that's
level
the man
ahead.
said I'm
I could
delusional.
Yeah,
discredit your
blood.
argument
Hit
quick as
it.
hell.
Stop it, bro.
I can do it
Stop
quick.
it, bro. Just this is your fandom. This is Murphy. This is your fandom taking place, bro.
I am
This
not a
is just
fan, sir.
boxing, though.
No, that wasn't
You ain't a
boxing.
fan of Earl. You're not a fan of Earl.
That I didn't see a boxing match. I told you
Let me.
already. I've seen
I
a
did.
Yeah,
UFC
I
fight.
didn't either. I seen a fucking massacre. I
I
seen the
did.
Titanic.
It was no.
Hit
You know
it.
what I saw? You know what I saw, Polo? I saw what somebody claimed they was gonna do, and it happened to themselves. Somebody that was arrogant enough to say it's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping, and it actually somebody like Bud said, I'm gonna pull my belt off and whoop you. And it actually happened. It was one-sided, bro. A
I
one-sided ass
seen
whooping.
Daddy
It just
catching
did
me
come from
coming
the
to the house after 12 p.m.
you're right. He did him like on Kid and Play on House Party. Pulled the belt off on him.
Hey, he did him like Unc did that nigga on Snowfall. Get
Yeah,
your
there you
squabble
go.
up. Learn how
Yeah,
to
He
squabble.
did. I agree.
yeah, right. Get the squabbles up. It's just levels to it, bro. And it don't make Earl no bad fighter, bro. It's just that he finally got it, met his number. I mean, I'm not understanding how people not seeing this. It's a reason why he wanted
Okay,
the last, bro.
so don't nobody see him activating the clause then.
He ain't
At
gonna activate the
Yeah,
154.
clause for what
yeah,
reason I
yeah,
don't know, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a
He gonna do
payday.
it. Yeah, it's
That's
a
a
And he
payday.
gonna
He
payday.
get
gonna
his
do it.
ass beat at 154.
It's gonna be a 154. He gonna get whooped on.
Okay.
Because I
That's
don't
a
see it
payday, bro.
changing.
It's going to be a
I don't
unanimous
see it
decision.
changing.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be the same. I think it's gonna be another knockout, bro. I'm sorry. He can be comfortable all he want up in weight, but that chin ain't gonna change, fam. I'm sorry. And that man already showed that I can hit you. You not hitting me. So I don't see them
Hold on.
changing. Like I said, and that man Bud walk around at that weight anyway. So who gonna be more comfortable? Bud ain't gonna have to lose nothing.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro, didn't I just say at the beginning of this live, bro, it's a difference between rooting for somebody and picking somebody? Didn't I just
Yes.
say that?
Yeah.
We fell into the same trap. Well, I didn't, but a lot of people fell into the same trap with Wilder Fury.
Facts,
Yeah.
facts, facts. I wanted Deontay to win, but I got crucified for saying Tyson Fury was gonna win. I wanted
Exactly,
Deontay to
bro.
win. They ate me up
We
just for
fell
saying
into the
Tyson
same
Fury to
trap,
win.
bro. How many times this shit gonna happen? And then they come up with some fucked up ass excuse. Give the man his flowers. He whooped his ass.
Right,
But
just
guess
give
what
him
though? He got
props.
paid for it though. Because
So
I
can
done
I ask
took
a
ass
question?
whoopings and didn't get paid for it.
So can
Fuck
I
it,
ask
he
a
getting
Uh,
paid.
question? Just as a collective, can I ask a question?
good,
Mm?
Go ahead.
Why do I
But
have to get called delusional
good.
for saying it's a UFC fight?
because it was a
Because I
boxing match,
watched the
bro.
UFC over the weekend also, and there was nothing even close to that happening in that boxing ring. The only thing I
Because
can say
even
that
they
was going
have
on in that
rules that they
boxing
abide
ring,
by, right?
I'm a UFC fan.
Exactly.
I
But
follow
even UFC have rules that they abide by, right?
There's rules in every sport when it comes to combat sports.
Okay. So what is collective between all?